First of all, we go to the mode, and then menu, and click on photo mode. So now we're in photo mode. Now I've set myself and Sarah and Vasco up in front of my ship, so we can take a photograph of that using the WSD and keys and the mouse to turn you around. If you want to go up, like that, look up and press forward. If you want to go down, look up, press S, and you go back down to the ground. And then we're going to take a look at the top row of options that you've got there. If you see there's a camera and a face and a sort of sunburst and 3 circles and frame, and they're all different modes of photography. To choose one of these, you use either Q or E to navigate up and down. So here's a sort of portrait mode, and then if you want to look below, there's a show player. You start on, and if you want to turn it off and remove the player, then you can. You have to then go to the arrow keys, and the show player bar is white, which means it is at the moment being is active. And if you want to move to one of the other ones, you can with the down arrow key move down to pose category, and there's at the moment only one category which is standard. I take it there will be others later in the game through getting perks. And if you go down to here, we can put our character in a particular pose. So at the moment he's got none, and then if I use the left or right arrows, we can navigate through the different poses that there are. So he's standing like a boxer, he's cowering in fear, hands on hips, he's jumping up and down, kneeling down, sitting on the ground, sneak position, waving, and what's up? Once you've made your choice, then you can leave it up, and I think we'll leave it on what's up for a change. So if you want to now go to one of the other things to see what you can do with it, then you use again the E or the Q to navigate right or left. Go back there, and there we have different types of camera mode. And if you go then down to the arrow keys and use left or right to navigate that, you can choose which one you want. At the moment we start off cameras free with free movement. Then there's orbital, which means that you can only circle round. You can't move backwards and forwards or anything like that. And then you go on to the next one, selfie. That's a close-up. And if you want to do something with that, then first of all you have to try and do something with the field of view, and you move down to there, and you look. Then you go back out a little bit, and at the moment it's not really what you call a very good photograph, but you can also do things like things. and depth of field at the moment is off. You can turn it on, and there are a few other bits and pieces that you can play around with, and you can see what you want to do with that to show the different things you can do. But I'm going to put this one back on free camera, and then I can set the picture up any way I like. I'm using the WSAD keys to move backwards and forwards. And by looking up, you can go upwards, looking down, you can go downwards. So you can pretty well move everybody around to be good in the picture. Then if we go back to the shooting here, we can move over to this one, which we've already looked at, and put our posing. This we can fiddle around with different exposure options. So we can make it brighter using the arrow keys again. Yes. Alright. And then we can do saturation, which is the amount of colour shown in the put it all out to the top, and then we've got very marked colours, so you can go all the way down to the other side, and it becomes more and more washed out. So then you can set it to the I think that's quite nice. To the level you prefer. And then you can move down here to contrast, which is the difference between light and shadow areas. So by playing around with that, you can enhance the shadows by making it dark there. So you get more shadow and darker shadows. Or you can go the other way and get rid of the shadows altogether. And that has a similar effect to also turning down the brightness, because it starts becoming more washed out as you go there. So you're better off leaving that also somewhere around in the middle. And then of course using the up and down keys, you can just fiddle around and make up more activity you want to play with. So now we'll move on to the next one. And this is different filters you can put on the picture to show different styles of photograph. Mercury is named after the different American space program ships. Gemini was the second. The first was a single pilot, and now Gemini was a two-man crew, and then Apollo was 3. Apollo 2, I do believe it was sometimes 4, I'm not sure. And this is a dusty look. Binding is what it uses. It's just different filters to show different backgrounds, different styles of photography. Predominantly red, but bloodshot. Dystopia, grunge. I think this is quite a nice one personally. Bleach bypass. That's not quite a bad one either. Sweet. Here we go. These are ones that are really good. Black and white and film noir. I quite like these two as well because I'm quite partial to the old-fashioned black and white films. But we can go through vintage, it's old-fashioned colour before it wasn't so good. Night vision, negative, and that's the last one. So you can choose one of those whichever you like. So I can put it back to none, and then there's not so much to it. And you can also put it back, okay, put it back to there. You can also change the intensity of the filter, how much it works. Yeah. And this is all using the arrow keys to up and down to go between the different options, and the right and left to enhance, to put more or less. You've got the textures, which are standard, and then we've got different options. And you can see that also affects the look of the picture. So, texture intensity. So you can use that if you're using this one. You can do the intensity of the colours and everything the same way. Let's just, so it's quite easy really once you've worked it out. Sometimes when you first come in, it's kind of a little bit of confusing. And then we'll move on to the next one. We can put different frames in. Three or factions. Constellation. So patch up in the corner. Constellation 2 with a patch in the bottom corner. Constellation 3 with a banner on the bottom. Constellation 4 in a blur around the picture, blur around frame window. And then similar things with the United Cruiser Fleet. This one looks Vanguard. These are all different things you can put around to your heart's content, really. But then you go back up here, and look what else we got. Branded. See what we got there. Yeah, Starfield. Another Starfield. Another Starfield. Another Starfield. Different ways to fit around it. Let's go up top there. It's all the options. You've got factions, brand, and theme. Theme is also different ways of presenting the photograph, different backgrounds and formats. So, go back to the view. Then once you've got it all set up the way you want to be able to take a photo of your picture, but you don't really want all that UI stuff standing up there. So if you press T, then everything disappears and all you've got is the picture. And to take the picture, all you do is press spacebar. And if you've heard that, the shutter just shuts from the camera and you've taken a photo. So, I think that's about really all there is to say. Still moving around quite well. So, a bit of that. Yeah.